What is up, YouTube world? How are you doing? Good morning and happy whatever
Saturday.
day. Yes, Saturday or whatever it may happen to be for you when you're watching this video. Today's vlog is about batteries, or is it about Teslas, or is it about G-Wagons? We're not really sure, but stay tuned and find out. All right, so the backstory on today's vlog is this. So, beautiful sister cat right here. Did I do the introduction? I didn't do the introduction.
No.
We are KRT LYFE, KRT LYFE with the Y. I'm your brother Reza, and this is your lovely and beautiful sister cat. And the sister cat has been having some problems because
my battery keeps dying, and the
Why does
reason
it keep
for
dying?
that. Why does it keep what?
dying.
And the reason for that is because majority of time I work from home, so I barely ever drive the car. And between two of us, we have how many cars we have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the moment.
5 cars.
Yeah.
So the decision has been made to get rid of my car because there is no point of having it. I'm still paying a car note on it and the insurance. And we live in this city where in case something happens and all 4 cars are not available, I can Uber.
Exactly. So her car has to go because, like you just said, battery's always dead because she never drives it. So because of that, we need to sell this car, and then we need to get that car over there. Let's walk over here. Come on. We need to get this one right here.
This one right here.
This one right here on the road. And this car just so happens to have a dead battery in it right now. So we figured, you know what we should do? We should use, let's go back over here, this car over here. Follow
Sorry
us,
guys,
follow
we
us,
live in
follow
the
us.
condo, so we
Okay.
have no garage. Everything is straight.
We should use the battery powered car to get a battery for the car to replace
both.
the car. Y'all understand. The battery dies in that car because it doesn't drive, so we gotta get a battery for that car, and we're gonna use a battery powered car to do it. Follow us now. Come on, let's go. Follow the story. Before we leave though, I have to first pull the battery out of the C230 compressor, and to do that I have to get my tools, and my tools are all the way on the other side of the parking deck in the 996. Dun, 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 dun. So that was super easy because I never fully reinstalled the battery when I put it back in because it was already dead. So now we're about to take this battery, we're going to put it in the battery powered car, and then we're going to drive and replace the battery. And we're also going to tell you some stuff about the battery powered car that we're going to use to get the battery that's being replaced. Let's go. Alright, so a lot of y'all might be thinking, I know what y'all are thinking, y'all like, okay, they get rid of the G-Wagon and they're getting rid of the
Tesla.
Jetta because they got a Tesla Model 3. The answer to that would be no, because we're just actually babysitting this car for our friends that are on an awesome holiday in South Africa right now.
She needs attention while the parents
Yeah.
are gone, so we can't leave it alone.
Exactly, so we chose to take care of the beautiful Model 3 while they were going on holiday. And so while we're driving to use the battery powered vehicle to go get the battery for the vehicle that needs a battery for the other vehicle that keeps dying because its battery is never put to use, we were going to tell you our top, 5 things?
Yeah, whatever he just said, I don't know if this guy's confusing to you. It is confusing to me. So yes, we are getting rid of my car. And yes, we are getting 2 battery for another car, the older Mercedes, because that car is going to be something I can use whenever I really need it if we're not together. So that's the whole thing behind it, because to me, I'm like, it makes no sense what he's saying, but maybe that's just me, I don't know.
Okay, so without further ado, the top 5?
Top 5? Top 10? I don't know.
The top 5 things that we love about the Tesla Model 3. And number 1 is, this thing is fast. All right, so I'm going 55 miles per hour right now on the highway, and watch how fast I go 55.
It like pushes you into the seat.
That's the number 1 thing. Like, this car is wicked fast. Like, it's very fun to drive, and yeah, it's fast. What else was on the list? Oh, I know. The other one was that the instant heat. Well, I didn't realize when I drove this car in the summer that the heat turns on immediately. So like say on a cold winter day like yesterday, I got in this car, I think yesterday morning I got in the car and it was 22 degrees outside, right? And I was on my way to my office and it was about 4 a.m. so it was like properly cold. And I got in and immediately the inside cabin got hot and the seat got hot. And I was like, whoa, like this is amazing.
Doesn't happen in the regular car.
Doesn't happen in a regular car at all. And it doesn't have a heated steering wheel, but everything else works really good. So I love that feature. What else do we love?
Okay, what I like how quiet it is, because even though I love the G-Wagon and the exhaust and everything and the power, but it makes you feel like you're driving a tank down the street. You don't realize how much it wears you out until you sit in the quieter car and take a longer ride. I really realized that when we went to Miami, when we drove that Nissan Armada or Patrol, whichever one you want to call it. That's when I was like, wow, this is actually very relaxing. And this quiet on a whole new level. So if you ever sit in traffic or you had a long day at work and you happen to have a long commute, whatever, this is actually like winds you down and gives you peace until you get home.
Exactly. This car is on a whole nother level when it comes to quiet.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next thing that we love on the list?
Relatively easy to operate.
Yes, this car is relatively easy to operate. We were trying to figure out how to charge it the other day. And once we figured it out, it wasn't hard. But at first it was just like, okay, like how do we open this tab? And now how do we plug this extension cord into it? It was like, you know, there was a learning curve there if you've never like charged one of these before.
And it was funny when he was trying to unplug it, because he's like, do I just pull it out? Like, what do I do with it? It was funny.
So yes, that's relatively easy to operate. The door handles on these things are kind of weird, but I literally just figured out the technique. You put your thumb on the part that pivots, and then the other part comes out, the long part. It kind of like, let's say this is the door handle. You put your thumb on the other part, and this part comes out, and then you pull like this, and then you open the door. I'm embarrassed to say how long it took me to figure that out. What else do we love about this thing?
It says extremely quiet, which I already said. We said acceleration. The backup camera is great.
Oh yeah, it's phenomenal.
Very, very good camera. I wish this car would have that, what is it called? Top-down surround view, because I think...
I don't know.
Behind us.
Oh, okay, somebody tried to hit us.
Yeah.
But yeah, the top-down surround bird's eye view, oh man, that would be epic if
that is an awesome feature. And I don't know why this doesn't have it. Kind of strange to me, because I feel like this is... High-tech, yeah, all whiz-bang stuff in it, but still, the backup camera is awesome.
Yes, love the backup camera. It's almost like looks like it's like a 1080 camera, at least, minimum.
Very clear. Very clear. Autopilot?
Yes, the autopilot is wicked. I haven't actually got a chance to actually use it in this car, but I did use it on my friend's, what is that thing called? The Model S. That autopilot is great, and I can really like imagine how good it must be when you're doing a very, very long drive. The autopilot just has to be like a savior.
It is. If you guys never tried that or never sat in a car that has autopilot and actually was working at the time you were in it, it is a slightly creepy feeling for the first time.
Yeah.
For me, the first time we were going around the curb and
the car was turning itself.
He like took off the hands off of the steering wheel and the car is turning. I'm like, oh my god, we're about to run into this wall. It's a weird feeling. So it's something definitely like you need to get used to. Yeah,
it really is. Is that it for a list, or are there anything else?
That is it for a list.
So,
I still wanted to say another thing. I really like the sunroof. I know it's like not one piece.
How and it can't open.
How the other one had, where you had like your windshield goes into the sunroof, but it's still huge, and the back is all glass too. So they kind of like switched it. The back is now like one piece going into the actual roof, which I really like, because we are all about windows, all about sun, all about vitamin D. So this is definitely my type of sunroof.
Yes, it is a beautiful sunroof. I love the sunroof, and it actually looks really good from above. I was looking down on this car the other day from my office, and I was like, wow, all that glass on the roof looks really, really good. And that was one of the things that I loved about my second E55 that I had, was that it had panel roof.
Yes.
And that panel roof was such a big deal for me when I got my third E55 that didn't have panel roof. it wasn't the same experience, and I got rid of that car mostly on the basis that it didn't have a panoramic roof. So yes, the panoramic roof is absolutely epic, and I guess that is the top.
And it was more than 5, but that's what we really like.
The top
about
7
the car.
things that we loved about it.
One more thing what I like about it. Anybody who knows me, I like this simplicity. I don't like anything in our kitchen counters. I want everything clean. And this car is definitely clean. The middle console has nothing. It's just one nice clean space.
It's clean, but you can tell Wale's been on daddy duty, so it's not.
Well,
really
yeah, apart from daddy duty, I'm talking about, like, you know, how some cars have 1,000 buttons and knobs and all this stuff. And some of them are cool, and I don't mind some, but I don't like when it's overkill. I like just simple, clean look. And this definitely has a simple, clean look.
We love that about it. All right, so I guess we're going to go in here and get a battery for the other car that needs a battery because the other car's battery keeps dying. So I guess we're going to end this vlog for the day. We are KRT LYFE, KRT LYFE with the Y. Is this a 5 and 5, or is this a wrenching in a parking deck, or is this just going to be on my technical
I think it's kind of like going to be a merger of all, because we're not technically, we already reviewed this car, but this is just some additional things we talk about, and we happen to be babysit the car, but but yeah, please, you guys, whoever follows us, like, subscribe, comment. Thank you for all the love. We appreciate all the support.
And until further notice, we are KRT LYFE, and I'm gonna make my grand exit right now.
And good thing about this car, you don't have to turn it off. Once he makes his great exit, this thing will shut off by itself. Bye, guys.
I'm back in the shot.